All right, everybody. Hello, I am Z Garcia, and I am joined today by Paula Deming. Woot woot.
Hi.
Hi,
What?
Paula.
What? Hi, everyone. Hi, I'm Paula.
All right, for those of you that don't know Paula, get out because.
Just leave. No, please stay. I would like more people to
Oh,
know
okay,
me.
fine. Then I will allow Paula to tell you a little bit about who she is and what she does. You want to go for it?
Yeah. Yeah. Hi, everyone. My name's Paula. I make a board game sketch comedy series called Things Get Dicey, which you can find right here on YouTube. My channel's under my name, which is Paula Deming. But if you put in Things Get Dicey in the search bar, it will pull them up. And it's
No.
just, like I said, sketch comedy jokes for people who like board games. I also do a few other things. I am a recent addition to the regular cast of the podcast This Game is Broken, which is more comedy about board games, and a proud member of the Dice Tower Network, newly, I think. And what else? I stream board games on the Gen Con TV Twitch channel. If you're interested in that, I do that with Matthew Jude. We play games. We have obviously like a continent and an ocean between us because he's in England. And so we use like Tabletopia, Tabletop Simulator type things, and we play games on Gen Con's Twitch channel on Wednesdays. So go over there, check that out. If you're into that, it's super fun. And I, not really board game related, make a podcast called Death by Monsters, also with Matthew Jude and Nick Murphy, who you might recognize from things you've seen on the Dice Tower. And that is a comedy podcast all about monsters, mysteries, and the unknown. And I do other things too, but they're not worth talking about. It's too many things, and I'm exhausted
You
already.
get your patter down. I like it.
Ah.
Yep, very
I already
nice. All
see
right, what do we got? We got
in
tons
the
of people
chat a
here
few things.
saying,
Yeah.
"Hi, hello, hey, Paula. Paula's great. Who's the ugly guy with Paula?" That's
Oh.
me. Hi, everybody. My name is Z Garcia. You might have seen me on such shows as The Dice Tower and This Game is Broken once.
You did a
Kabuki
live
Kid.
show with This
Hi.
Game is
I
Broken,
did. I
right?
did. Yeah. I think I joined the guys in the UK once. Right. I think
That
it's been
feels
a long
right.
time.
I wasn't part of the show at that
Right.
time,
Right.
but that feels right to me.
That's a great group of people. So if they ask, I'm there. I'm sure you feel the
Yeah.
same way. I just love them all. It's a wonderful group of people. So,
Yeah, they're pretty great.
all right, who do we got? Paul. Hey, Paul. It's nice to see you. And Kim is in here as well. Hi, Kim. Oh my goodness, lots of people I recognize. This is
Oh,
wonderful.
TZ Gardner has no idea who this Paula is. That's not true. I recognize you. Hi, how are you?
And there,
Oh, Star Wars Indiana. I'll
Matthew.
say who
Someone,
says things get dicey is fantastic. I'll say thank you for that.
there's someone there by the name of Matthew Jude. I
I don't know who that is.
don't know. I assume that is the Matthew Jude, the real Matthew Jude.
The real one. Yeah. I don't know. I
Uh,
don't know why he's here. Why he would be here.
and that's Matthew Jude, yeah. Because then he says, "You said it was the crowning moment of your life being on the show." He means.
Oh, I
So
was
yeah,
like, who? Which
that's
one of us is this to? And because I
that's
have
Matthew
not
Jude,
said that
yeah.
about anything
Speaking of that,
in regards
Matthew
to Matthew Jude.
Jude, you're next to join me on here, buddy. I'm having Paula right now. Obviously, I've already had the brothers Murph. You're next. I'm coming for
He's
you.
next on the list. Then you've got the whole gang.
I know. I'm collecting you guys like hilarious trophies. All right. So, folks, again, obviously this is meant to be a Q&A. If you have any questions, if you want to know anything, feel free to post it in the comments. If you ask, we might answer. If you don't, we'll just talk. We're good with either.
We'll just talk. We'll
Um,
maybe get another appearance from my cats or something. We'll see what happens.
fantastic. All
I'm
right,
gonna
here's
steal the
a
show.
good one for you, Paula. I'll throw it up on the
Okay.
screen. And it is from Coralu. Question for Paula: do you write your own material?
Yeah, mostly yes, I do. So I write all my own scripts basically for Things Get Dicey. My partner, who also he's actually in the chat there, Lawson, I saw him, who helps me shoot all the episodes. We work together, so, he'll I'll show him the scripts and he'll give me feedback and we'll work on stuff together. And then I've also had a couple of friends write some stuff for me. There was actually one sketch that I did last season of Things Get Dicey. There was a detective sketch, and that script was originally written by Paul Dean, who you might know, who used to be part of Shut Up and Sit Down. And then he wrote the original version of that script, and we made some tweaks to make it fit a specific game, and we worked with that. So mostly yes, but I do have some friends who work with me on some stuff too, which is fun.
Yeah, nice. How much ad-libbing do you do on those? Do you stick to the script pretty much, or do you like to...
Oh, what's funny is because I write them and I also produce them and I'm also in them, there's a lot of work that needs to happen before I'm actually shooting the sketches.
Sure.
And I usually get to set and I go, you know what I haven't done? I haven't learned my lines. I don't know what I'm supposed to say, but because I'm the one who wrote them, that does usually help. But it depends. Sometimes we'll have a moment where it's like, let's just like throw out a bunch of different joke ideas and I'll kind of ad-lib in the moment. But there's not a ton of improv that happens when we're shooting. It's mostly I try and stick with what I've written.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Good. All right, what do we got? That's just such a weird question, but I'll take it. From Star Wars Indiana. If you traveled back in time 2,000 years, what board game would you bring with you to introduce to people back then?
2,000 years ago? Oh, boy.
In the year 20.
There's so much, I feel like there's so many hurdles we have to get over for me to be like, this is a board game. It's in a language that you don't...
Well, you know what I would do? Here's what I would do. I got a great answer for this. I'll just take an abstract game back. Like a modern abstract game, no language, right? Like the pieces, I would pick one that doesn't look too, modern. They'll look at it and go like, what is this? How'd you make it? Freak people out. This is all assuming my presence there wouldn't freak people out, but whatever.
Right. Or my outfit, potentially, isn't going to freak
we
people out. Because who knows, what am I wearing when I've gotten transported back?
That's true. If I jump back like this... It'll be like I'm wearing like a button-down shirt that's open and flip-flops. I'm rocking flip-flops right now, so I'll just show them and be like, yo, what's up? I got a game, y'all.
I feel like the flip-flops feel appropriate for the year 20.
What about the jeans?
Maybe.
I don't know if the jeans are going to work out.
Probably not. I mean, I'm showing my knees in ripped hole jeans right now. I feel like that people might freak out about that.
Yeah, I don't know. They might give you some pocket change.
What game? I like this idea of like an abstract game. Like it makes me think of like Hive or something that feels like that's something that people would already like get. But what about like what game would you bring back that you feel like is representative of our society now?
That sounds like
you would be able to like introduce them
to. It's like a leading question almost. I say pandemic, but I know that's not what you meant. I'm going to go with...
It did make me laugh, though.
That's representative of our times now. Maybe like a roll and write. How about that?
Yes.
It's like, this is what's happening. 2,000 years from now, a bunch of people are going to be crowded around little pieces of paper, not staring at each other, but only staring down, and writing numbers.
Or coloring in squares. Yeah, I'll take cartographers back then.
Coloring in sequenced squares. In order to win. And they would probably kill me. But it's worth it, I think. All right.
Yeah.
What else have we got? I like that question, by the way. Star Wars Indiana, that's a good one. Okay. Here we go. Kabuki Kid is asking, what is the oldest game in your collection?
I have a very, very, very early copy of Settlers of Catan. I actually wonder if it's on my shelf, if I could, like, grab it real quick. I also have a first edition Betrayal at House on the Hill that, like, you never see anymore. And I think our copy of Axis and Allies is really old. I really want to get up and see if I'm, like, sitting right near my game, so right over there, if I have this old copy of Catan.
I believe you.
My grandparents have like an unplayed copy of it's like a 1967 edition of Acquire. That's pretty cool. But my cousin inherited it. Hey, Ryan, if you're watching this, I want that game. Send it to me. I want it. Please send it to me.
Oh, what are the
It's just
odds?
sitting in a
What are
closet
the odds
somewhere. I promise. Like,
that he's watching?
I love you. I miss you. Also, please send me that game.
All right, got it. My oldest game, I guess, I mean, technically speaking, the oldest might be, I'm not counting like chess and things like that, but I'm assuming they mean like the oldest produced, because I have a copy of a Cosmic Encounter, which came out in the 70s, but the copy I have wasn't printed in the 70s.
Right.
So oldest that was actually made a long time ago, like the cardboard is that old. I don't know. Something from, I guess, around the same time, like mid-90s. Something from the mid-90s. I really don't know what. I'm surrounded by games, but no idea.
I just got handed my copy of. This is our copy of Summers
Yeah,
of the
yeah, I
Game.
used to have that
That's
one.
pretty old, right?
90. It'll probably say 95 or
95.
96. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be something like that for me too, around the mid 90s. I have games older than that, but it's because they've been reproduced.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. Like we've got Cosmic Encounter and things like that, but certainly not an old edition of it.
Right. I used to have the Eon Cosmic Encounter. Got rid of that when I got the new one, the Fantasy Flight one. All right, what do we got? Halo X30 says, "What have you guys been playing?" That's a good question. All right, what have you been playing, Paula? Let's talk board games first, and then we'll talk video games after that.
Ooh, yeah, because I'm playing some video games.
All right.
What have I been playing? Let's see. I just the other day tried for the first time this game called Here I Stand. It's actually on the table over there. It's a GMT game.
Yeah.
It's a war game about the Reformation.
Sounds good.
It's a bit much for me, but I think I could handle the 2-player version. I'm learning it. It's got a lot. It's got a lot of moving parts.
Yeah.
It's a lot for my brain to keep up with. What else? I've been playing New Frontiers recently a lot. I just played Claustrophobia 16 something, whatever it is. Thank you. Just played that. Been playing a lot of Cartographers, Targi, The Crew.
Wow.
Santorini.
Mm-hmm.
There's Wingspan. I just played Wingspan for the second time ever.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah,
I got a copy of Wingspan.
I liked it better the second time.
I got my own copy not too long ago also, and I agree. After the first play, I was like, yeah, it's fine. I don't know what everybody's losing their mind about. And then I played, and this was when it came out. Time passed. I played it again maybe a month and a half ago, and I liked it more and got my own copy. And so I've been playing that a decent amount, yeah. I've been playing, I played Yamatai recently. That was good. I played, the review stuff mostly, really, is what I've been playing. But I just reviewed a spin-off to Legends of Andor. So after I did that, I dug out my Legends of Andor and set that up and messed with it a little bit. So I'm doing that. Gosh, what else? I'm hoping to line up some escape room type games. I have some exits and some unlocks that I haven't played. I want to play those.
I've never done one of the escape room in a box kind of things.
Really?
Are they... Yeah, I guess. Do you like them? How are they?
Cool.
Are they like being in a real escape room?
No, I mean, you're doing a series of puzzles, but they're interesting. It's fun. It's a fun activity. You know, you're kind of... It's riddle based or like visual puzzle based or whatever it may be. And so depending on which one, they have a slightly different sort of feel to them. So like the exit the game ones are you're gonna open them up. There's gonna be a pamphlet in there, and then there's this wheel. They all have this like wheel thing that you're supposed to, as you decipher the clues and what you should be doing, you spin it this way and that, the inside wheel, and it'll give you a code. You check if that's the answer you're looking for, right? If so, you move on from that.
Cool.
That's neat. I like those. Those are, you can only play one time because sometimes you're supposed to take paper and fold it or rip it or whatever. Now you can play Unlock. The Unlock needs an app. And so that one will have, you'll just download the app, and every time you find a code or you find an answer for something, you can just punch it in, and it'll tell you, yes, you're right, you're wrong. If you are wrong, normally it penalizes you by taking away some time. You have an hour to solve it, so they're neat. Yeah, I would try one. I really, whichever one. They've both got they've been successful. Clearly, they're both doing well because they've got a lot of them. So either one of those, I think, would be fine. Yeah. I'm surprised you haven't tried any of them.
I haven't. You know what I have done though? Now I'm thinking about a game that's like postcards. It's called Wish You Were Here. And it's like you've been sent postcards from someone, like a criminal who's stolen some things, and you're going through each postcard, and it's very, as opposed to more like code-based, it's less like an escape room and more just like puzzle solving, because you're looking at this postcard and trying to find the different puzzles and solve them to move on to the next postcard, and then when you think you have the answers, you go online and you like fill in. It's like, well, what was this? And you fill in the answer, and then it lets you like move forward, and then it gives you the solution at the end. That was fun. But yeah, so I guess I sort of have done that, but not the exit or the unlock.
They're similar. Kind of it's kind of a similar thing with a loose story wrapped around a few puzzles. So yeah, same thing. So what about video games? What have you been playing on that front?
Right now I am playing The Witcher 3, The Wild Hunt. I actually stream video games on my own Twitch channel, which is just twitch.tv/Paula Deming, if that's a thing that interests anyone. Because I watched the TV show The Witcher, and I really liked it. I thought, you know what, I'll play this video game. And I like that style of video game. I like the RPG kind of dialogue option, your choices matter type video game.
That's my thing too,
yeah. So I'm playing that, and right before that I just finished the Mass Effect trilogy for the first time, which I loved.
That's so good.
And before that was like The Last of Us I just played, so I'm really looking forward to the second one coming out. So play a lot of those kinds of video games. Yeah, what about you?
I think the last two things I'll jump around a lot normally. I'm one of those kind of video gamers. But the last two things that grabbed me for a considerable amount of time was The Outer Worlds.
Oh, I've heard good things about that.
The Outer Worlds is kind of like, it's from the same people that did Fallout New Vegas, so it's kind of like that, but its own world. That's fun. If you like those kinds of games, a lot of dialogue, greatly written characters, all that stuff, this is good for that. So, Outer Worlds, and now I just got and started playing and got into the Spider-Man game for the PlayStation one, So that's great. It's got a lot going on, and it's huge. Very open world. All these sort of modern trappings that video games do are in there, and they're really done well. So that's awesome. Oh. Have you played that?
Yeah. I haven't. I've watched some other people play a little of it, but I haven't played any of it myself. I do, and I know like The Witcher is open world pretty much, but I get kind of intimidated because I feel the need to like go out and do all the things, and I get overwhelmed by it. And really, I like a game as much as possible that like kind of gives me a story and lets me just sort of do the story without having to do a bunch of side things. Yeah. That doesn't really describe The Witcher, and I am enjoying playing that, but
I think I kind of agree with you. I don't like games that are completely a sandbox game. Like they open up the game and they're like, go play, and I'm like,
but what do I do? Does it matter? Yeah.
Yeah. What should I do? Does it matter? Does it not matter? I lose the drive. I do like though games that give you that story, and then there's all this other stuff you could do, and then I'll do it. Like if I have, it's interesting because if they say we won't tell you at all what to do, then I'm like, well, I don't even know what to do then. But if they tell me this is what you're supposed to do, but you can do this other stuff, and I'm like, great, I'll go do that.
You're like, ooh, yeah.
It's kind of like stealth games for me. I don't like stealth games. Like, if I'm supposed to be stealthy, I'm like, I just want to kick the door and shoot some things. But if a game says, you could do that, or you could try to be stealthy, I'm like, I'll try it. I'll try to be stealthy. It's kind of a weird thing. I don't know. That's how I am.
Yeah. So games need to do a little like reverse psychology with you, it sounds like.
They got to trick me. Oh, you don't want
the
to play
illusion
me.
of
You don't
choice.
want to play me.
No, you don't want to play this. You don't
Bye.
want to do the real story. Yeah.
Oh, you don't want this downloadable content.
No.
All right, what do we got? I'm way behind on this chat. Let's catch
I
up.
know. The chat moves so fast, too. Let me see if I can. Things here.
Wow, this is nuts. Okay, sure. You ready? Kabuki Kid has one.
Yeah, oh gosh.
Here we
I'm
go.
nervous now.
It is. Name a favorite movie, TV show, video game, book, author, and board game. You ready?
I'm
We'll do them
bad at
together. We'll do
favorites.
one.
What?
We'll just throw one out together, okay? Favorite
I
movie.
can't choose.
My favorite movie, Apollo 13.
What kind of... Okay, I'll go with my favorite rom-com. This is what
Done.
I always say.
Crazy Stupid Love.
While you were sleeping.
While you were sleeping, I was crazy and stupid and in love.
It's
Yeah.
real
While you were
good.
sleeping.
I'll say that.
All right. TV show.
Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I'm going to say Parks and Rec.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. I'm rewatching Community right now, and I'm like, yes, this is why I love this show. I
Right.
love it so much. So, yeah.
All right, video game. Favorite video game.
I'm going to say the whole... Ooh,
Oh, you
the Mass Effect trilogy.
Mass Effect.
All of them.
Fine. I'm going to say Fallout 3.
Okay.
Favorite book.
Gosh, I don't know. It's too hard to choose. What's your favorite book?
I'm going to say the Cliff's Notes anthology of every great literature piece in the history. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm going to say Rendezvous with Rama from Arthur C. Clarke. Yeah. Or is that... That's not Arthur C. Clarke, right? Or Asimov. I forget now. Who wrote that? Anyway, old sci-fi.
I will say this is another trilogy, but it's great. I'm saying it's this trilogy, The Queen of the Tyrling, which is a really fun like fantasy sci-fi kind of thing with a really cool like female protagonist. And that's 3 books. So I will say that.
So you keep cheating. Basically, you keep finding a way to say 3 things when they're asking you for
You're
one.
lucky I'm saying anything as an answer because normally I'm like, I can't have a favorite. It's too hard for me to choose.
It's okay. Okay, how about favorite author?
Favorite author. I really love Rainbow Rowell. She writes a lot of like YA stuff, and it's real good. So I'm going to say her.
I'm going to say it's a bit of a cliche, but I'm going to say Stephen King.
Okay.
And then favorite board game?
Mine is Modern Art right now.
And mine is 51st State right now. There we go. You did it.
It was easier for me to choose a favorite board game than anything
I know.
else.
It's hilarious. All right. You did it. You did
That
it.
was hard.
You got through it. Come on now. I'll throw you a softball now.
Thank you.
Let's find one. Let's see.
I feel like there was something that scrolled by at one point that I was like, that might be interesting, but now I'll never find it again.
Do you play on Arena for Magic?
Oh, I don't. You know what? I don't. I keep meaning to look into it because it would be a good way to play. But so far I have not played on Arena.
Yeah, I mean, I never have either. All right, let's see.
Oh, there was someone, I can't remember who asked it, but I remember now. It said hobbies other than board games.
Okay.
Which I thought was kind of an interesting one. I knit. So I do that. I'm very cool. I play board games and I knit. And yeah, and I do a lot of improv, which I think counts as a hobby because I make no money doing it.
That's a hobby.
So I'm going to say that's a hobby. I pay to do it, and I do it a lot. So.
You pay to do it? What do you mean? Are you?
Oh, well, I like to take classes, and then I have groups that perform, but those groups also get together for like we rehearse.
Okay.
You practice, and you have a coach, and you pay the coach to help you practice and take classes and stuff like that.
Cool. You part of a troupe or?
Yeah, I'm on a musical improv team right now called the B-Side. It's not affiliated with any of the major theaters out here in LA, but we host a show in an indie theater once a month, or we have been, and we will again once we're allowed to go back to
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
theater.
Cool.
Yeah. Hmm.
All right, let's see. I'm just going through it. Clearly, I'm way behind on the comments. People are still commenting about how old your copy is of Settlers. So clearly, I'm quite behind. I'll catch up, folks. Don't you worry.
We'll get there.
All right, what do we got? Witcher now. People are talking about Witcher, Resident Evil remake, Evil 2.
Ooh, I did the Resident Evil 2 remake,
Did
and
ya?
that was good.
Not for me. Mm-mm.
It's scary. It's scary. It's very scary.
Mm-mm. Not gonna do it. All right, let's see. Most memorable movie quotes. Oof, that's too tough, I think.
I quote Anastasia a lot. Uh,
I don't think I quote a lot of stuff. I think a very quotable movie is Shawshank Redemption, but I don't quote it. I mean, I don't go around quoting it. It's just a good script, I guess. All right, let's see. Okay, I just caught up to someone mentioning Apollo 13, so I'm way behind.
Okay.
Favorite ice cream flavor? Bam, throwing it up. One Pip Wonder wants to know. And so does the world.
One Pip Wonder and the world. Oof. I can't choose just one. I'm gonna name 3 ice cream flavors right now. Strawberry
Bam.
as a normal flavor. Cookies and cream as a slightly not normal flavor.
What about like the weekend flavor? Going crazy flavor.
Cherry Garcia
Woo!
from Ben and Jerry's.
Bow, bow, bow.
That's what I'm treating myself. Ooh, chocolate chip cookie dough is good too.
Oh, no. But
Y'all, I can't decide.
You're insane, Paula Deming. You are.
I get wild.
You are so wild. Cherry
With my knitting.
Garcia, I can just imagine you sitting there knitting and every now and then pausing, yeah?
And then I just a little. Put it back.
Oh my goodness.
And then I go, is it my turn yet on that game, on that war game? No? Okay. And then I go back to knitting.
That's wild sauce. You are unstoppable. My favorite ice cream flavor is rum raisin.
You know, I've never had rum raisin.
So good. I don't understand why there are humans left with access to ice cream who haven't had it.
Yeah, and I can't explain it. It's just never been a part of my life. I saw Jordan's in the chat. I just saw him. I'm just watching it in real time, so I'm not very helpful with the questions. But hi, Jordan.
Feel free to. Hey, if you see something, let me know. All right, here's a good one from Fred. See if you got an answer for this. I'm not gonna throw this up. Just to ask you. Gaming pet peeves. Do you have any you can think of?
Yeah, I have one I can think of.
All right, what do you got?
When a group feels the need to check the rules every turn to make sure things are being played exactly correctly. Like, I would much rather just focus on, like, sort of having for me, I just want to experience the game, and that's having a good time. So, like, it doesn't matter that much to me for, like, oh, did we get that rule slightly wrong? It's okay. It's fine. We'll play it differently the next time, as opposed to, like, every turn being like, wait, did you do that? Wait, what did you do? Is that allowed? Let me look it up. And you're like, oh my God, it's fine. No one's trying to cheat. Let's just keep going. That's how I
feel. Ooh, I feel like you're going to get a little bit of hate for that one.
I know. Well, that's
one
what
of your pet
I
peeves. You realize
enjoy
that
a game.
One of your pet peeves is playing correctly.
Well, it's being obsessed with making sure no one is trying to purposely play incorrectly. It's not that, like, we want to make sure the game is played right. It's, I don't trust that other people around the table are playing the game properly, so I'm going to double check the rules after each of their turns to make sure.
Okay.
I want to have an inherent bond of trust with the people I'm at the table with. and
Okay.
believe that they're doing it right. Also, I'm conflict averse, so I'm probably not going to call someone out. Even if I think they're playing it wrong or maybe cheating, I'm probably just going to let it slide because I don't want to have to I don't want to have to deal with it.
All right. All right. I like it. No, that made a lot more sense after your
Once I
digging
gave a
after you're
better
digging back out
explanation.
of the hole. It sounded a lot
I'm
better.
just,
Yeah.
oh God, I want to play the game right
Yeah.
too. Also, I just want to be chill about it.
uh, I see Jordan there. Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. What do we got? Kabuki Kid had some Rocky Road earlier tonight. All right.
Ooh,
Let's
Rocky
see.
Road's
What
a
do
good
we got?
flavor.
Sea salt caramel.
Also a good choice. Are there any bad ice cream flavors? I'll say maybe chocolate. Chocolate-based ice cream is not my favorite,
I
but
don't like
anything
chocolate
else,
either very
let's have
much.
it.
So chocolate.
We're on the same
Um,
page.
I don't like all the fudgy, chocolatey, like chocolate on chocolate ones. No,
Too much.
yeah, I don't know. Not
Too
for me.
much.
It's like cake, actually. Like
Me
having like
too.
chocolate cake with chocolate frosting and then like stuffed with chocolate, infused chocolate. It's like, come on. Why?
It's too much chocolate. It's too much chocolate.
Yeah, not
I feel like this might get us more hate in the chat than my gaming pet peeve.
all the fruity ice creams I like, including some weird ones like lemon and orange ice cream.
Mm.
Those are
Is that
maybe,
ice cream or is that like a
yeah,
sorbet?
it's probably a sorbet, but those are good, I mean,
Mhm.
mint chocolate chip, I also think it's one of the more acceptable chocolate ones, but
Mm.
it's like
Because
anything
the
else.
chocolate isn't like the base. It isn't the focus of the ice cream. It's just part of it.
Right.
So I feel like that's okay.
Jordan says, I'm not sure rum raising actually exists. What's up with that? That's disgusting. How do I ban somebody? I don't know how to do it. It's okay. I'll let it go. Amanda Panda says garlic lavender ice cream was not bad.
What wasn't it though? Garlic and ice cream, Amanda.
Garlic lavender. It's like you can't decide. Like, do I want to eat? Do I want to cook? Or do I want to bathe?
Do I want to bathe?
So I'll do all three. Gross.
Oh
Amanda Panda,
gosh,
you are
God.
gross, girl. That does not sound good. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm not into that.
Somebody's asking favorite alcoholic drink. I don't even know if you do drink, Paula. Do you drink?
I I do drink occasionally. I do like wine. I
Wine.
like
That's your
wine.
thing. Wine. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
go with rum. That is my.
That makes sense, I guess, with the rum raisin.
You guess what my
Maybe.
favorite post fruit is? It's raisins. That's right.
Oh, see? Your two loved things
Together.
combined together.
And then you take a little lavender, you put it on there. Mm.
And then you also just like scrub yourself down a little with
And
the
you
lavender just to get
exfoliate
fresh,
with the rum raisin.
Mm-hmm.
Every little raisin is a great little exfoliator.
It really is.
Exfoliant? Exfoliator? I don't know.
I think it's just, you know what? I think it's exfoliant. Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see. What do we got?
Hmm.
This sounds like
No, we're all talking about ice cream.
sounds like a leading question here, Matt. It says, question, favorite Swedish person? And then in parentheses, I'm Swedish, by the way. I think you know what you want to hear there, buddy.
I don't think I know enough Swedish people to be able to accurately choose a favorite, I'll say.
Yeah. All right, here's one of those questions that always makes my skin crawl a little bit. What three people, alive, dead, famous, etc., would you love to game with? I'm going to put that on the screen, Kim, mostly because I like your face and I want to put it up on the screen. But this is one of those questions I just never have a good
Oh
answer for. And I
gosh.
think I
To
know why. I
game
think the
with.
reason I don't have a good answer is because if I had an opportunity to sit down with any three people I want, alive, dead, famous, not famous, whatever, I wouldn't be playing a game with them. I think that's why I have a hard time answering this question. Because I wouldn't do that. They might hate games. You know what I mean?
Or what if you find out, that they're like a sore loser or they're too
Yeah.
competitive? Or what if they're actually kind of dumb and they can't pick up on the rules? You know what I
Can you
mean? And now
imagine
it's
that?
ruined.
Can you
You
imagine?
could have just had a meal.
I'm sitting there with Einstein, and instead of picking his brain about the status of the world, what he thinks we're doing right or wrong, I'm sitting down to play the crew with him, and he's like, I don't get it. I'm like, Einstein's kind of a dummy. I
Yeah,
don't want
like
to know. I
Einstein,
don't want to
why
find
didn't
that
you
out.
dump your trump card in this?
You played
You know
wrong,
you need to
homie.
get rid of that.
You got to lead this, otherwise I'm stuck with it at the end of the hand. Einstein.
Hey, come on.
Not
You
a
will
real
never beat
not a
this
real
mission.
bright one, are you, Einstein?
Yeah, some genius.
Real genius move, pal.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't have a good answer. I just wanted to throw that out. Okay.
I don't either. That's tough. I guess I could be like, well, if my favorite game is modern art, I could try and play modern art with some of my favorite artists. But again, I feel like I might be setting myself up for disappointment, you know?
What do we got here? Pineapple. Why are people saying pineapple? I don't know.
Does that have something to do with our ice cream discussion, maybe?
Probably. Maple walnut. Yeah, people are still going. This has been an ice cream heavy show.
We've been I'm gonna have to eat some ice cream as soon as we're done.
I know.
Right?
What's happening? All right, what do we got, folks? I'm trying to see what else is going on here. If y'all got anything else? Are you a fan of superhero movies and all that stuff, Paula? Are you into that stuff?
I haven't really watched any of them, really.
It's not your thing?
Not really.
All right.
Not really. I mean, I don't dislike them, but I'm also not. I'm not going out of my way to watch a bunch of like Avengers movies.
Okay. Okay.
So.
Yeah, there's a bunch of superhero questions now for some reason, so I'm gonna y'all just move on. We're not gonna deal with it, but basically for me, somebody's asking favorite Marvel hero. I don't know. I will go with. I like Blade, and I know they're remaking that. Apparently, I'm really excited about that. What else? Favorite superhero, just in general. I don't know. I like Hellboy. That new movie sucked. So bad.
This is a sidekick, but I always thought it would be fun to dress up as Robin for Halloween.
What?
I haven't done it yet, but it's always on my list every year.
Why Robin?
I don't know. I just think the classic. I think it would just be a fun outfit. The like version of like who's that? Burt Ward, Adam West. One of them was Robin.
Adam West
like
was
that version
was
of the Robin
Batman,
outfit.
So yeah.
Right. So it was Burt Ward then. I
Right.
think who was Robin. That version of Robin. I don't know. I just think it would. You know what? It's just. I probably think it would be cute. No.
All right.
So now everyone knows. I have seen Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm seeing this in the chat. I have seen Guardians of the Galaxy, both the first one and the second one.
Okay.
And those are fun. Those are perfectly fun. So I've seen one of the Thor movies. That was fun. I saw a Captain America. That was fun. I liked Logan. I loved Wonder Woman.
Good, yeah, and Wonder Woman was good, yeah.
You're not a total loser.
Well, you don't have to like those movies to be a winner or whatever. I mean, he's just not that into them. But you have actually seen a decent amount of them, it sounds like.
I've seen some of them.
Yeah.
Yep.
David says The Tick is his favorite superhero.
Oh.
Do you know what The Tick is, Paula?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They remade They
had that as a TV show.
They had a TV show a long time ago, and then they remade it. Amazon remade it, I think, recently. I saw a little bit of that, and that was pretty good. It's funny. All right, what do we got? There was a female
Hmm.
Robin once, too, in a Frank Miller story.
Oh, now see, I'm into that. I'll look that up.
Let's see. Most overproduced board game you have ever played. All right, I'll throw that up.
Ooh, most overproduced I've ever played.
Something very over the top and overproduced. There's a decent amount of those. Um, anything that's got just the insane, ridiculous sort of miniatures and 3D things that don't need to be 3D. I don't know the most ever, but do you have any of those kinds of games?
We have a couple of like Kickstarter games that I suppose one could argue are overproduced. Like we have GKR Heavy Hitters. That's a pretty produced game. It's got, like really cool mech kind of figures and, cardboard buildings and things you stick
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
building
yeah.
to whatever. And it's, very in just a fun, kind of beer and pretzels kind of game. But I also like that. Like, I don't know that I would describe that necessarily as overproduced because I think in that particular game, at least, that's kind of part of its charm
Right.
is all of that stuff. It has really cool character art. That's the first thing that came to mind as something that's more of like you put it on the table and it's like, oh, that's a lot of stuff. So,
I think that's a great pick. Yeah, that's a perfect pick. I don't normally describe games as overproduced, and if I do, I don't mean it to be in a negative
mhm.
context. I don't care if the game is prettier than it could have been. I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
Like, oh, this is more grandiose and more gorgeous and better made than it could have been. Well, I'm like, yeah, well, yeah. By that logic, all games are overproduced. It could just be paper and crayon drawings on the board and it's playable. So I don't have a problem with that. The only issue there would be what price are you willing to pay? I think really that's where the
right.
line is. It's like overproduced really
Yeah.
is just more of a definition of that's too much money for me. That's what overproduced means.
Yeah.
For me, I don't know. I think a lot of games, especially on Kickstarter, start to
Mhm.
toe that line with the add-ons. Like for example, when they did, they've done this with a bunch of games. But when they did Rising Sun, one of the things was we'll sell you the board again, but printed on neoprene with a sewn edge and blown up by about
Mm.
25% or 50%. It's like, why? There's a board in the box. If it's not big enough, then that's a problem with the board. It's not that you shouldn't then just sell me like, oh, this is the fix for that, you know. So
Yeah.
that feels overproduced to me. I did not get that. I think that seems kind of ridiculous. That you're not even going to use the board that came in the box.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like something like that where it's like an extra on top of that you objectively don't need to be able to play the game. Then it becomes, yeah, like overproduced.
Right.
Hmm.
All right. Let's see. Here's an acting question from Leon.
All
It
right.
says, since you both do improv, which I don't think I've said that, but
You
uh,
do improv? I can tell.
not really. Since you both do improv, what kind of scene is your favorite, and what kind of partner brings out the best in you? Okay.
Ooh.
What kind of scene is your favorite, and what kind of partner brings out the best in you? And I assume they're talking specifically about improv.
I assume they mean like a scene partner. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think an important thing to have in a scene partner, I can start here because it's easier to answer, is someone who is really listening to what you're saying
Yes.
and is on board to support whatever weird thing you might say and then add to it as well. So when you really trust the person you're on stage with, then you're free to do all kinds of things and experiment because improv is going to fail because that is what makes it funny. So if you can really trust the person that you're in the scene with, knowing they're not going to act like your idea was dumb and they're going to listen to what you're saying and add to it, then suddenly you're free to do whatever and you can like kind of create magic in
Right.
that. So that's the kind of scene partner who brings out. the best in me. And then those ultimately lead to my favorite kinds of scenes to do, which are, they might be really silly and over dramatic, or, I'm playing a character who is nothing like me. Or they might be really grounded and real, but because I am doing those scenes with that kind of a scene partner, it's really fun. So I think the answer really is whatever scene I'm doing with that ideal scene partner is my favorite kind of scene to do.
Right. Yeah, I agree with all of that. I think for me, my favorite kind of scene partner is the one who remembers that the scene is supposed to be happening sort of in between the two of us. If like one of us is here and one of us is here, the scene's happening like right there. So someone who takes a good amount but gives back a good amount. If they feel like it's dying, to toss it back. If they feel like I'm dying, to take it. That. Someone who's just aware of where the scene is at any given moment on kind of like that sliding scale. And if I have it, and if I'm working it, not to snatch it back because they haven't said something in a few seconds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then on the as far as what scene I think is the most interesting, it's something that's very elusive in improv, and that is a scene that is completely serious, in which every actor is not playing it for laughs, and it's hilarious. Those are very tricky to do, because it has to be a very ridiculous scenario. All the actors have to be buying into it. And no one is sort of winking at the audience in the scene.
Yeah.
And everybody's laughing. That's really tricky to do. Someone will wink. Someone's going to flinch first, It happens, and that's fine. But those are kind of magic because they're really rare.
Those are.
They're rare and hard to do.
Once I did an improv scene where this is my favorite moment from an improv scene. My character, I don't even remember the context of what was happening. So this might be a terrible story to tell. It's like telling you a fever dream that I had, really. Yeah. But my character learned how to walk again or something. There was just this moment where I was like, and I can walk again. And we were playing it really real. And the audience cheered. And I was like, that's really cool. Because you think, oh, I just want laughs in this improv scene. But it was cool to elicit some other kind of emotional response from the audience. I don't know. I just thought of that. So now you all know. You've all heard.
I like it. That's good.
Anyway, that's that. That's that.
Or when you elicit an awe kind of sound or whatever it might be, like if somebody comes across a cute line, delivers it well, and so you go from chuckles, laughs to a aw kind of moment. Those are rare, they don't happen a lot, and that's interesting.
Yeah, it's cool.
All right, what do we got? What is the most expensive game you have ever purchased? I'll throw that up there.
We did back the Bloodborne Kickstarter. I think that was pretty expensive.
Yeah, I think for me...
I've blocked it out of my memory.
I think for me it's been those, some of those Come On games, too, yeah. Probably... Gosh, I don't know. Maybe Rising Sun. One of those big ones. Those are really expensive. Those, I don't want those coming along very often because they are tempting and they are expensive. For sure. All right. Favorite pieces of board game cover art? How do you feel about cover art, Paula? Let's talk about this. Do you like the kind of cover art that is descriptive of the game you are about to experience? Do you want them to simply be a cool piece of art? Do you like the more abstract ones where they remove words? They kind of just give you a really cool illustration. Do you want a lot of information in there? How do you feel about that?
You know what I don't care about on a board game cover art? Anything that looks like this. A person standing and then looking back at you. That kind of
that's when there's
cover art. I'm just, you're cool. This is a euro. I'm just don't care about that. Anything that looks, I'm definitely a person who will judge a book and a board game by its cover. And it just needs to be interesting.
Right.
I'm trying to think. It just needs to look. What really draws me into any game is this feeling of getting to immerse myself in a story, which doesn't mean I don't enjoy like Euro games because I do. But what will catch me just from the box is something that feels like a story, and then I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna get to experience being an elf in a dungeon, or ooh, I'm gonna get to experience like these cool underwater animals, or and so if the cover just elicits that sort of a feeling, I'm into it. I don't feel like I'm really answering your
No,
question
is
though.
it okay? No, you. It's okay. The question was just sort of a gateway to talking about it. But is it story or is it setting that you're looking for? Because there is a difference, right? I mean, if you are looking at a
Hmm.
panorama of some people walking and there's a tree and a mountain and a little house on a hill, the story might be they're coming back home after a trip hunting. That person's coming back home from a war to
Hmm.
reunite. That's the story that you can decide. Oh, this is interesting to
Yeah.
me or not. The setting, the mountain, the weather, the time of year, the snow on the ground maybe, or the blaring sun. Right. That's
Hmm.
setting. That's what does it for me. I don't care so much
Yeah.
about the story, but a cover that looks like a cool world I want to visit. I'll find the story. I don't care. You
Yeah.
need to
I
give me
think
the story.
that's more about, I think it's more about the second thing you're saying of like, is this a cool world? Does this world elicit an emotional reaction
Right.
from me in some way? Does it look exciting or mysterious or scary or soothing or, so I think maybe it is more about that. I also do like when I see, if there are going to be people on the cover of the game, I'm much more drawn to, a variety of people, uh, on the cover
As
because
opposed
I
to
want to know that there's like options.
like
If
one
that makes sense.
guy not smiling.
Yeah.
Got it.
I'm like, hey, there's a woman and there's a dude and they're not all white. And, I do get excited. I can't say I don't get excited when I see that because I'm like, ooh, this is interesting. There's some variety here. We can do some things. So I do get excited about that too. Now I'm really thinking about it.
Good. Good. Yeah. Yeah. Those are all good. I think we kind of answered their question. All right. What do we got here? Nathan says
Hmm.
improv is going to fail, like me, when gaming.
Oh, yeah, I lose almost every game I
Well,
play.
I think he was talking about himself, Nathan. But
Yeah, well, I was just saying I relate. Me too. Me too.
all right. Do you have a favorite movie director? Well, how into movies are you? I don't know. Are you a big movie person?
I like movies. I don't go to the movie theater very often. Oh, my cat is in fact. I think. Oh, are you coming over here? I
Yeah.
don't know if you can
Hi,
see you. Are
kitty.
you gonna distract everyone
Hi,
again?
kitty cat.
You
You do,
blend in.
do you have a
This is
favorite
Luna.
director, Luna?
Luna, who is your favorite movie director?
Spielberg.
Um, I like movies a lot. I don't think I have a favorite director.
For me, I
I
don't know.
can't
It
think of
used
who
to
I would name.
it used to be Ron Howard. I really liked Ron Howard's stuff, but I don't really think I have one now that I'm like, oh, yeah. I mean, there's tons of directors I like.
Mhm.
I don't necessarily think I can pick one really anymore.
I think I'm more if like something's going to be a reason for me to go see a movie, it's probably more to do with the actors who've been cast in it, as opposed to like, oh, this person directed it.
Well, I do
For
look at
me
that.
personally.
Sometimes I see a cast I'm really excited about, and then I find out who directed it, and I'm like, oh,
Oh, you're like, no, I may not end up liking this. Yeah.
yeah. It I start to worry at that point. All right, what about this one? Favorite musical play?
Oh gosh, there's so many. All right, see, it's hard for me to choose.
Favorite three, then, right? That's how this works.
Right, I get to name my top three of everything. Um, boy. Okay. I love Into the Woods.
Into the Woods.
Um, into the woods we have to go. I love Godspell.
Into the Godspell
Um,
we go. That's not how that one goes.
And then I also really love this musical called The Last 5 Years.
Yes. Jamie
It's
is
so good.
over and Jamie is
Oh my
gone.
gosh. Don't even get me started. I love it so
Jamie's
much.
decided it's time to move on.
Jamie has
Jamie's moving along. And I'm still hurting. What about
So good.
Jamie? What about I forget the words.
Things that you swore to be true. So for people who don't know, it's by Jason Robert Brown, and it is the story of a relationship. It's sad. It's a story of a relationship that falls apart. And the play starts with the woman at the end of the relationship and the man at the beginning of the relationship. So every song they're alternating, and you see him at the beginning and her at the end, and then they meet in the middle at their wedding, and then they go off. And it's just a roller coaster, and it's brilliant.
Yep. That's a good pick.
So, that music, it's good.
Very nice. For me, it is my favorite musical is In the Heights.
Ooh, mm-hmm.
I had to take my earbud off to hear myself. I wasn't sure if I was slaughtering that song. I haven't heard that song in ages. I'm surprised I remember that much of it.
Man, so good. Yeah, I'm gonna listen to that soundtrack later and just like cry.
I
just gonna like cry and
knitting,
listen to it.
like,
Yes, with my Cherry Garcia.
Cherry Garcia and just the last 5 years.
Jamie, why?
All right, folks, we are almost out of here. We are wrapping this up in a few minutes. So if you all got any last minute things, what do we got? John Paul says 525,600 minutes. Yeah. Little seasons of love.
Oh boy.
What do I got? People are asking stupid stuff now, like is Z short for Cherry Garcia?
Well, of course it is.
Yeah.
So they should all know that answer.
Some folks are excited for the new Dune that's coming out. I am excited for that. I don't know if you are into that, Paula, but they're doing another movie adaptation of Dune. I'm excited.
Oh.
It's a good director, too.
Yeah, sure. Maybe. Great. We'll see.
Favorite songs to sing in the shower? Go.
Any from the musicals we were just naming, basically. I was singing Cats in the shower this morning,
Which
actually.
one? Memories?
So, I really like the Rum Tum Tugger, so I was singing that.
Okay.
And Ginny Any Dots, the Gumby Cat, and McCavity, and Skimble Shanks, and I like that music a lot.
Basically, just cats.
It's a lot of cats.
Yeah. What do I like to sing in the shower? I don't know. Sure.
Oh gosh,
musicals,
my husband wants to know most embarrassing gaming moment.
Okay.
I don't even know. I feel like he probably knows mine. Why are you asking? Why are you trying to call me out on the internet here,
I'm
Lawson?
going to put them up on the screen. Bam. Most embarrassing gaming moment. I would like you to answer that, Paula, please. The crowd demands to know. When
I was playing Captain Sonar, the one and only time I've played it, I was the captain, and I was playing with people I had just met, and I'll admit it, I wanted to impress them. And I got frozen with indecision because they're like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? And I was like, I don't know. And I crumbled under the pressure. And I failed. And I walked away and I was like, I think all those people who I really wanted to like me might hate me now because I was the worst captain in Captain Sonar that anyone could have ever been. That might be my most embarrassing and traumatic gaming moment. Yeah, so that's it. Now everyone knows. Oh, yeah.
How did that make you feel?
Made me feel real bad. That was like 3 years ago. And I remember it like it was yesterday.
So if you could talk to those people now, Paula, what would you tell them?
I would say, I am so sorry. Please don't hate me. I do not want to play this game again with you, but we could play a different game, maybe, and I could redeem myself.
Paula, why do you need their acceptance so much?
Oh, gosh. deep-seated issues from my childhood, probably, just like feeling like I didn't fit in and just needing everyone to like me.
Well, we're out of time. So
Thank you so much for having me
it's
today.
great. Thank you. Listen. I want to see you again next week. Bring your checkbook.
Sure. Yeah, thank you for the free initial session.
Yes, first one's free. After that, you pay, and the second session is twice as expensive. Just the way it works.
To cover the first one.
No, that's not it. It's kind of like a taxi cab. That first quarter of a mile is just really expensive.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Okay, understood. You're the professional here, so.
All right. I think that's it, y'all. Oh, Kabuki Kid says I need a pipe if I'm gonna be a psychiatrist.
Hey, if you're watching this and you were part of that Captain Sonar game, I'm sorry that I was so bad at it.
That would be great if those people are watching. Oh man.
They're like,
oh man,
this girl.
Somebody's trying to get it out right now, and they keep deleting it and writing it again. They're like,
I was there.
That's too mean. I gotta do it again.
They probably don't even remember that game is the thing. It stuck with me, and I'm sure none of them remember it.
It's how things work. That's how it goes. That really is how it goes. Some things is just a big deal in your head, Or like when you meet someone that you consider famous or is famous, or someone you just want to not be like a moron around. And you only have, the 15 seconds where you say hi to them. Any tiny thing that doesn't quite go right, you just can't stop that the rest of that day, kicking your own butt about it. So that's how it goes.
But they don't remember.
No, that person forgot about you at lunch,
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, thanks everybody. I really appreciate you all jumping in here, joining us.
Thanks everyone.
Paula, you're the best. I love talking to you. Thank you.
I love talking to you. Thank you so much for having me. This has been really fun.
Make sure everybody that you check out Things Get Dicey, that you check out This Game Is Broken, that you check out Death by Monsters. Those are the 3 things I check out. I don't. You got a bunch of other stuff going on. Well, you're doing
if you want to see live stream board games right now, if you want a little bit of community and that, go over to it's on Gen Con TV's Twitch channel. I do that on Wednesdays with Matthew Jude. We trash talk each other and play 2-player games on the internet. It's pretty fun. So Gen Con TV is the channel. Go check it out. All right. That's it, everybody. Y'all have a good one. We will see you on the next one. I am Z Garcia. That's Paula Deming. I'm Paula Deming. That's right. And we are Ghost. Bye.